Finding a good cell phone tracker can be time consuming and rather expensive. Well, it doesn't have to be. And it doesn't have to be with uMobix. As in fact, you can find a link in the description below to try this for free. Now, before you do that, maybe you want to see some of the awesome features, what really makes it the best cell phone tracker for the modern day parent. Well, today I'm going to give you that information right here, right now. Now, uMobix is available for Android devices and is available for Apple devices as well. You can use a QR code reader from Google to download the app on the phone that you are trying to track, or go to the website because you just need 5 minutes of your time and the cell phone you're looking to track. So you have those two choices, right? So the QR code reader to download it, or visit umobix.com and you can download the app on the phone that you're trying to track right there. Now, as you're doing it, it does give you step-by-step guide, making it easier and less confusing. And you can actually opt in to allow it to set the permissions for you, making it even easier, along with actually being able to hide the app of uMobix, so that way you can remain anonymous. Once you've used your email address, you've set up a password, you've registered, and you've downloaded the app, you are ready to go. And it's going to send you exactly to a dashboard, of course, that is very easy to use. Now, why is this easy to use? Because this part of the dashboard, or the main page of the dashboard, is designed specifically to give you kind of the bare minimum, but allowing you to look and see who's calling, where the locations are, without going too deeply. Now, of course, this wouldn't be so great if it was just a little bit of information, but it does give you a sidebar menu that you can see more in-depth information for what you're looking for. So let's go in and I'll explain what this means. Now, locations. Locations is pretty important for a cell phone tracker, right? Well, if we're looking at last visited addresses right here, as you can see that it's Brooklyn Bridge and the time and date stamp. Now, note that everything is done with a time and date stamp, and you'll see this in just a moment. So Brooklyn Bridge, the time and date, Belvedere Castle, the time and date, but we don't really know where that's at. So jumping over to the left side of the sidebar menu and you click locations, it's going to pull up more information. See, much more information. So we have Brooklyn Bridge with the longitude, the latitude, the accuracy, the date tracked, and a option to click for a map view so you can actually see that in live time, which is very handy because if you don't know where Brooklyn Bridge is and you just see Brooklyn Bridge, it might be a little confusing, right? So this is what I mean. So this is sidebar is exactly going to show you a lot more information than what's provided with the typical dashboard. Okay, let's go into some of the other features, such as the most frequent calls. Yeah, you're going to have incoming and outgoing, and the same thing is going to be for the most frequent text, incoming and outgoing. Now here we have the contact name mom and the telephone number associated with that contact name, Andy, Jax, Zoe, and dad. And right here, these numbers are meaning that how many phone calls were from these people. So there was 4 phone calls from mom, 3 from Andy, 1 from Jax, so forth and so on. Now, if we go to outgoing and see Robbie B. Libby was called 5 times, so we actually called him 5 times. Rick S. Russell was called 5 times as well in the telephone number. The same thing is applying to the text messaging, so the incoming messages. So I got a text message from Airbnb 1 time, I got one from mom 2 times, and I sent a text message to Apple at this number 1 time, and Rick S. Russell 18 messages. So that was something that I sent to him. So you see how it is now? It's pretty basic information. Now, if we go to phone calls in the sidebar menu, it's going to give us more information, such as if it's accepted or declined, and that's going to be incoming or outgoing. So we have this contact number. The duration of the phone call was 1 minute and 39 seconds. So if it was accepted of incoming or outgoing, it will give you a duration number. Uh, so so if it's actually declined, of course, it's going to be 0, and because there's no phone actually being taken place, there's no phone call. If we jump to messages, we're going to have the same information pretty much as well, except it's going to give you the choice to be able to read it, right? So we have the contact, we have the title of the message, here the telephone number, and the last message so we can read it. And you can see that date as well. Let's jump back to the dashboard really quickly. Now, we have the last added contacts here as well. So we have Alan 205, Andy, Bear, Dad, Dean, Dean second, Fox, Mom work, and MQ. Now all of these are giving the date and time that it was actually added as a contact. But if we jump to address book, it's the same information but the complete contact or address book. Now, here we have the name and we have the phone number and the date that is tracked, but you can see that this is the entirety of the contact or the address book list, right? So pretty cool. Now, going back to the dashboard, we're going to jump in now to the web. So, bookmarks and sites. When we're speaking about bookmarks, if you really enjoy something or a website and you want to go back to it quickly, this is where you're going to be as the browser bookmarks. Now you can see we have Humo Wikipedia, we have this address, and we have a link to visit that, and so forth and so on. You can click on these, fine, and Amoeba, right? Smart Kids TV. Sites is just exactly browsing history. We have the most visited and last opened. So we have google.com, 65 visits. We have New York Times, 26 visits. Now that's the most visited, but the last open was google.com, and here is the time and date. Jumping over to the sidebar menu, if we go to the browser history, which is the sites, we're going to have the full browsing history as well. Now, we're going to have a link to be able to visit the site. So this one, for example, is going to show Seed Floral Flower Delivery Los Angeles with a URL to visit that same site, and it's going to give you how many visits this particular site had. And you can see so forth. So 5 was Facebook commercial real estate, so forth and so on, as you scroll down and you see the multiple sites. If we're speaking about the bookmarks, of course, we're going to see a bigger list of those. Now, it's going to give you the same information with the URL and the created date, but you're going to have the whole list of the actual bookmarking itself. So you can have all of those for the account that's set up. Now, there's one more thing that's going to be shown on the regular dashboard, and that's social media. The most frequent social media. So we have WhatsApp here, and yesterday, and of all time. So it's just going to show what's the most frequent social media for today, what it was yesterday, and what it was of all time. Now, of course, we have way more social media accounts than just WhatsApp, right? So we have WhatsApp, Snapchat, Facebook, Tinder, TikTok, Zoom, Instagram, Skype, Wix, Kike, Kick, so many different ones. Going to the left sidebar menu to jump into WhatsApp is going to be treated like your text messaging services. So it's going to give you that same information like that. So as you can see, the chat name Kingsley, the name and the last message, you can read it, and the last message that was sent. So pretty cool, right? Facebook Messages is going to give you the profile picture to match for the name, which I like, and the last message sent, and what type of chat it is. Is it a group chat, or is it a private chat, or a one-to-one as it states, and that time and date as well. Zoom's kind of treated like a phone call, since it's like a phone calling service or video chatting. So it accepted incoming and declined incoming, so forth and so on. Now you can see the same information with the duration. If it's accepted, it's going to give you the duration and the time and date plus the contact name. So you can see it's pretty easy. It's pretty cool to use. It's not even that it's like easy to use. It's like super easy to use. So it's not just like one of those things like it's kind of right. No, it's absolutely easy to use. One more thing though is media. If we're looking on the sidebar menu, you can only find this here, and this is like finding the photographs here. So you can find the photographs and you can see those. You can actually look at them. You're gonna have a file name to find it on the phone yourself, and you're gonna have a creation date. The same thing is applying to videos, with the exception that you can actually watch them because it is a video. So you can preview the videos on the phone, have the file name and the creation date as well. So as you can see, uMobix is very easy, very fast. In under 10 minutes, we just kind of covered really fast. So imagine if you're sitting at a red light, you're trying to hurry up and you just want to check everything, you can see this information rather quickly. And if you have more time on your hand, you have that as well. So that makes it rather simple in itself. So can you imagine just being able to download this and have so much at your fingertips? It's very easy. I want you to try uMobix right now. Go click in the link in the description. Try it right now, and I promise you it will be the easiest decision you have ever done. It will be the easiest thing, and you will have full control and everything that is happening on the phone that you're watching.